it's honestly been a phenomenal night of racing. We've still got a few 3Ks left to go. The lights are on. It is beautiful temperature given this time of night. It would still be sitting around that 30-degree mark, maybe a bit lower now. No wind. Everything is just picture perfect as we start to move into this next men's 3,000 metres.
Yeah, I think we've got ourselves 6 races to go. 5 men's, 1 women's, I think. If my maths is right, it is pretty hard now to start reading the dark. I reckon that looks about right. I just love it again, as I said, when people are looking at their watch and putting the arms up when they're finishing 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in a field, because they're just excited about personal best. That's what this meet's about. And there's been plenty of it tonight.
Hey, Darren. Good job.
Yeah, and it's just been, you know, phenomenal race tactics as well, Wolsey. We've seen a whole range of them. We saw Michael Kernahan go out and go his own pace, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's running a PB out there. We saw McDonald way towards the back and make his way through. So it was really good to see people finding their own zone and finding their own place in the races and being able to see it out. We're about to get underway here in the 4th heat of the men's 3,000 metres. Field of 19, and we'll call them out as they get moving.
Yeah, it's our men's section 4 here. For those on the far side of the track, it is hard to tell at the moment. It's our men's section 4. We'll try to give you the best visuals that we can. I might get you, Mitch, to stay on that front straight. I'll wander back over the 200 again in a minute. We're ready to start the race, Mitch. I'll let you go that first couple of 100 metres, Mitch, and I'll be back over with you in a minute. In this one, Mitch, we've got Jack Armstrong, Jai Hadfield, Ben Ludbrook, Lockie Morehouse. Lockie Morehouse, I reckon that's the name. It's been writing some pretty cool stuff about the track and field action in Victoria lately. Matt Buckle, Zach Norton, Archie Lawrence, Jordan Mayston, Kieran Hesse, Caleb Sin. We've seen the Sin family go around well tonight. Bailey Morell, Tom Bowers, Freddie Leeton, Kirk Shanahan, Reese Hadfield, Mason Scott, Harry Bowen, Jack Heim, and also Jaron Hobbs.
Yeah, and they're all nicely bunched here, Wolsey. They're going to really, I've said it before and I'll say it again, they're really just going to relish the opportunity to sit behind Kang Nowak. He's become a bit of a metronome as well, and it's a large pack, and it's going to be a tough one to be able to see from over here. I'm getting you a little bit confused, I think, because I see another man around the corner with the yellow hat. I think it's you, I think it's the horse. So we're about to roll through here. Kang Nowak, geez, he's got a fair volume of work in here, and I'll be able to read him a little bit better as they move around. But they're nicely strung out and no one seems to be pushing or shoving. They're all just happy enough to be able to sit on the inside there, not have to do any extra work, not really have to think too much at all, and just enjoy the ride. So I'll be able to get them a little bit better now coming into the straight. Obviously Kang Nowak doing pace work, and it's our Doncaster athlete tucked in right behind him, and that is Caleb Sin. Behind him there in Mentone is Lockie Morehouse, who you've mentioned, and right in the middle of that pack there for Box Hill is Kieran Hesse. So these boys moving around very nicely. Oh, there's a bit of a move out to lane 3 there. You want to get yourself in as quickly as possible. And biggest field of the night, Wolsey, and they all seem to be navigating it pretty well.
Yeah, that was Jaron Hobbs of Geelong Guild making a nice big move out wide. Used the straight there to make some good ground. Now try and tuck in a second. But look, you're right here. This is a big field. It's a little bit dark over that side as well. So maybe you can sneak a few places while your opposition aren't watching you. Might be the way to go, but he said Kang Nowak doing a great job out there. Really even pace running as they go through now. 800 metres in 2:20, 2:22. So really even running. It's a tight pack still. We haven't stick one. I'll get you to call it out front straight over back across to the back again. We haven't got to the long down ourselves short today. We're doing our own family and stuff and other questions.
Yeah, so it's what we're going to go over here. So Kang Nowak, he's going to lead it out, Lockie Morehouse tucked in beautifully behind who I think will take them through maybe 2K. We'll see how he goes, as I said.
Lockie Morehouse doing a great job at his there in second. Mitch, Lockie Morehouse, the Mentone athlete, now takes the lead. Tom Bowers, the one behind him. It's our Essendon athlete there, I reckon, in Mason Scott through in third, piloting this field beautifully. Really good tempo. Again, another move, and you might want to call that one. There's a fast move there into fourth. You might pick up that hip number as they come past you, and Hobbs of Geelong Guild about fifth or sixth.
Yeah, and I've got them here, Nick, and I'll be able to read them out to you as they've come past. A lot of boys looking the goods there, but one to make a move is Mason Scott of Athletics Essendon, and he's found himself in a very comfortable position indeed. So a few starting to find their way off the back of the pack, or I should say the train, because it's very nicely strung out. Baisha to the front now, in behind him, as we mentioned, our Essendon athlete, and he's going to take the benefit of being right in behind Baisha. Morehouse, I believe, still in third place or around there. Wolsey, you might have a better look at it than I do, but now it starts to break up, and this long line of boys starts to get moving. There would be about 9 or 10 still in that front one. Can they latch back on here, that second group? And I think they might, and that's a Glenn Huntley athlete. If my eyes don't deceive me, the backpack's starting to make a group of 3, so...
So Mitch, Caleb Sins, the Doncaster athlete there, who's moved up well. As I said, we've seen the Sins go around well tonight already. The Donvale boys train there at Doncaster with Wadden, of course.
Thank you.
In fourth there as well, I reckon it might have been Matt Buckle in the Bendigo colours. As I said, I think now maybe you call front straight, I'll call back. That's about all we can see now. Our vision is slightly dropped on these fields.
Yeah, and they're going to move all through here. I'll try and get a look at the clock, but that's Matt Bucknell as well from Bendigo. So he's starting to make a bit of a move around the outside, and he's going to put himself into third place there. And as you very well mentioned, Doncaster athlete there in fourth place, but Baisha took over about 600, 700 metres to go and hasn't turned a shoulder since. He's more than happy to start to put a little bit of pressure on, start to crank the wheels up. And it's only Bucknell, who looks like from Bendigo, who's made his way through the pack very nicely and very discreetly, can I say as well. He's going to move into second place. Our Athletics Essendon athlete in Mason Scott, he's going to sit there in third. And it's a race in 5, you would say, at the moment. Wolsey, I can't see a lot of movement in that second pack.
It's Ben Ludbrook on the back of that group there in fifth. So Ben Ludbrook really good. Tom Bowers, those the one out in front. Stop. Campbell Grammar Boy, the former Campbell Grammar Boy, now running for Old Scotch. So Tom Bowers in front. Sins there about again. You might want to grab the hip numbers for me one more time. And Ludbrook is the one that's moved into fifth, just going past Scott.
Well, Bowers and Buckridge, more than happy to, I should say Bucknell, my bad, or Buckell. He's more than happy to tuck right in, and I think he's looking extremely comfortable. He's right on his shoulder there. He's moved his way through beautifully. Nobody's really taken a notice, but they're taking a notice now as Bowers is getting pushed, but he doesn't want to relinquish the lead either. So it's going to be a very interesting development over the last 700 metres. So they come around to the back straight for the second last time, Wolsey, and they've put about 20, 25 metres in, and they can't really decide who wants to take the lead. I think it's Bowers.
Look, Buckle's doing a great job there on the outside of Bowers. Sins next, Ludbrook with him. The Essendon runner we talked about, Scott, and now it's our Glenn Huntley man making a big move there in Jack Heim. Hobbs out wide from Guild still there. The Hadfield boys in that group chasing. But out in front at the moment, it's still all Bowers and Buckle. So Bowers and Buckle, 500 metres to go, I reckon, with you, Mitch.
Yeah, and Bowers has done a lot of work, and he's happy to sit on the inside. But Buckage, the Bendigo athlete, they've put about 30 metres into the rest of the pack, and he's looking extremely good. His arm carries beautiful. Bowers looking extremely strong at the front too, though, so it's hard to separate. 7:36, 37, 38, 39 on the clock here as they go through. So they're on for a fast time, these two. We'll see what the last lap can produce. 44 for that next pack. So everybody's on here, but I think it's going to be a race in 2 at the front. Bowers looking really comfortable as he comes into the back straight for the last time. He's now starting to move away. He looked a little bit tired about 600 metres to go, and he must have caught a second wind here. Buckage now. He's going to try, or Buckell, I should say. My apologies. He's going to try and move, but he's starting to break a little bit. Wolsey, 200 to go.
So these boys have got PBs of 8:52 and 8:55. They're well inside that at the moment. They're 8:12 with 200 to go. The race is on in third. Himes come from a long way back, and he's now joined the Bendigo athlete there, of course. The other one we have there, Eureka Athlete and Ludbrook. So that's the battle for third. But Tom Bowers, he's led for a long way. He's going to take this one home from Buckle. So Tom Bowers, very impressive run. I reckon he might be one of the Lightfoot crew that run here. Of course, Dave Lightfoot's got a really good class, runners from Old Scotch. 8:40, 8:41, 42, 44 now, 45. So we're talking about a 10-second PB there out in front. Heim flew through home really fast to finish third. And then a group including the Hadfield boys, as I said. Hobbs amongst the group as well, and also Scott.
Yeah, and a lot of very tired boys crossing the line here, Wolsey, but a lot under the 9-minute mark as well. So I think there'd be a few people walking away extremely satisfied, and great racing from Bowers. He did a lot of the work early, as I mentioned. Not easy to do and not easy to be able to sustain. So the fact that he was able to do both is extremely impressive and something that he'll be very happy with. But it didn't come without a challenge, so he's definitely grit his teeth and done an amazing job there. So well done from all the boys as we start to see the tail end of the field make their way through as we see Freddie Leeton now come through the line. So well done, Freddie. And everybody competing tonight, these are trying conditions, so to even get out here is an amazing effort, and you should be very proud. So well done, boys. We see our Box Hill athlete now. He's going to round out the field. Hip number 1, Jack Armstrong. So well done, fellas, and Wolsey, we get ready for the women's 3,000.
So we've got our last women's race on the track over here now, Mitch. We've got some pace again. Charlotte Wilson, who did such a great job of the 2K earlier on, with our second women's race tonight, I think.